If you are interested in acquiring any of my Overkills tutorial guides from Microsoft Flight Simulator, or simply interested in supporting the channel, please consider joining us on Patreon. Patreon subscribers level tier 2 and above have access to all of my guides, as well as any future releases that come down the road. Patreon link can be found in the description. Hello everybody and welcome to an awesome episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator where we get to take a first and early access look at the GotFriends F4F Wildcat. This is an incredible aircraft that is very feature rich and right on par with all the GotFriends aircraft. It's definitely thinking outside the box while maintaining a lot of the nostalgia and the critical nature of the classics of this aircraft, while putting a few of their own twists inside of it as well. Now I'm going to go right out of the gate, you guys, and talk about some of the things that you're going to want to know in the end regardless. First off, this aircraft does have simulated weaponry. You have armaments such as the machine guns as well as droppable bombs. Now, there is no destruction. There's no way to destroy anything in the terrain. You could probably set up some target practice with somebody or do some laser tag essentially and just have a good time. Still a neat little twist, but I want to mention that because this next part is very specific if that is part that you want. If you are interested in the armament, you must purchase it from their website at the time of release. If you get it from the marketplace, you will not have the armament. Remember, the marketplace is strictly pacifist aircraft. You cannot have any armament of any kind and have it be sold on the Microsoft marketplace. Now, speaking of selling, let's talk about the price. On release, this aircraft is only going to be $19.99 US dollars, $20 for this plane, you guys, and that is one heck of a bargain if I do say so myself. Now, I've already done one real quick flight around. We're at Miramar, California here. I've already done one quick loop around, just sort of getting familiar with the aircraft, so that way I'd have some basis of understanding before I got to talking to you guys. Now, the aircraft has a ton of things with it. Free castering tail wells as well as the authentic locking options, both simplified and authentic steering of the tail wheel and steering of the aircraft, 4K liveries, engine vibrations, shakes, canopy open. You can actually have the canopy open during flight just as they did during World War II. Propeller damage, you guys, crash damage, visual sparks, smoke, heat. There's just all kinds of stuff, you guys. Tail hooks assisted landing. You can do, there is a launch option. So if you want to land on one of the carriers that's available in Microsoft Flight Simulator, you can land on it, as well as with a launch switch, you will be able to get back in the air if you wanted to go around and fly off in one of the carriers. And we actually might check one of those out today. We'll see if we want to fly on down to San Francisco, which isn't that far away. So we might go ahead and do that. We'll just see how it all goes. A custom soundtrack from GotFriends, bringing the aircraft truly to life, and you guys are going to hear a lot of those sounds here in a minute, as well as headphone simulation audio built into it, and much more. They also give you a very specific set of keybinds that you'll want to map in order to truly appreciate the aircraft. Things such as the gun firing, toggling the smoke on and off, dropping the weapons. Oh, there's also drop tanks, your fuel tanks. You can release them as well. And what's really cool is that anything that you release from the aircraft is tracked independently, meaning that the aircraft will continue to fly, and the camera will stay still, but the item can be tracked separately and flies under its own aerodynamics, meaning if it's a bit stormy or if there's windy or something like that, it will actually push whatever you release into the direction of the wind, as would be expected in real life. There's also a gun camera overlay, which we'll check out later on, you guys, that gives you a very vintage and very cool shot, which I'll be showing you guys later on as well, so you guys can sort of get some more nostalgia from this aircraft. Is it the most complex aircraft as far as the World War II simulation? Absolutely not. It's actually pretty easy to fly. Doesn't come without its challenges, but definitely on the easier side, which I appreciate again. They actually did a really good job of balancing the difficulty versus the authenticity of the aircraft while making sure it's still fun for simulation. So without any further delay, guys, we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. I'm going to get the head tracker started. We're going to jump in the cockpit, get her fired up, and hopefully you guys will enjoy the show. All right, and we are in live. You guys, as you can see inside the cockpit, they did an absolutely fabulous job with the textures. I really love what they've done with it. It maintains that nostalgic look while keeping some of the other things really cool here. Now, we can also, let's see if I can find my canopy handle. Hang on a second. There you are. Stage the canopy if you want. You can actually set it to any one of those notches if you choose. Let's see what we got going on here. I'm going to show you guys all this stuff later. So that's the armament panel. Batteries. You have all of your batteries, all of your lights, exterior lights. You have your wing fold. Now, the reason why there's a wing fold switch, this actually doesn't exist in the real aircraft, but that would normally be done by the ground crew. The ground crew would manually fold the wings up and down on the F4F. So they added a switch to make that a bit easier for us. There's your smoke that we were talking about for the smoke generator, and there's the launch assist. You flip that, and then you have 3 seconds, and the aircraft will accelerate to a launch speed. So, let's see here. Let's go over to the tablet, or tray, I should say. Few options that you have down here. Ground handling, simplified, or authentic, whichever one you choose. Aerobatic smoke requires combustion, so the engine must be started in order for that to work. Handle interactions, that's going to be like your cowl flaps. Okay, so for example, let's go ahead and open those now. Notice how it's just spinning by itself. Okay, it goes all the way to fully open. If we were to select that to manual, you would actually have to manually rotate that. Same thing with the landing gear. You'd have to manually crank it up and down. Your drop tanks, we'll talk about those in a minute here. Mirrors installed if you want to mirror up on top of it. And you can also use this to unfold the wings, but we have that switch, so we're going to worry about that a little bit later. Okay, so really, let's go ahead and just get her fired up so you guys can get to the goody goods. So we're going to want our mixture to full. Well, actually, I guess we're not right quite there yet, and that's the propeller, not the mixture. Let's set our fuel tank to the main tank. We need to prime the tank. So we're going to do 1. And you just keep going. Watch how fast it's moving. You're going to keep doing it until it becomes a bit more difficult to depress. So there's 5. And I think this is 6, what I normally do. All right, let's go ahead and turn the battery on. Okay. Now let's make sure our mixture is set to full rich. There she goes. Prop cracked, or a throttle cracked, prop to full. Chocks are already set. And then let's go ahead and fire up the starter. Come on, baby. Oh, magnetos. Magnetos would be helpful. In this early release guide version that I have, guys, there is not a documentation. I believe there is a checklist, though. Probably could have followed that. Yep, there is. But we didn't do it. Anyway, you guys know me. Did I already bleed it dry? Yep, I did. Got to reprime the engine. There she goes. Listen to that sound. It sounds beautiful. Let's fold the wings down. Okay, let's go ahead and arm it with what we want. So let's do, here's our drop tanks. There's the outer munitions we were talking about. Let's turn the generators on while we're here. Gun camera, we'll talk about that here in just a minute. Your different lights. Landing lights. We'll talk about that when it comes time to land or when we get to the runway. Let's turn our transponder on while we're here. Alright, I think we're golden here. Let's go outside. So there, oh, I think I hit my screenshot button. I totally did. So there's your drop tanks. There's the armament, obviously. To release the armament, you would, this is the both position, left and right. You would set to which one you want, and then release this lever and it'll release the munitions. Now, there are hotkeys for all of this, except for swapping sides. You have to pick whichever side you want, and then, but there is a button for the release. So you have that. There's also hotkey commands for the smoke, and a few other items that when you guys are ready to pick up the aircraft, you'll have access to. But I think that is about it. To get rid of the wheel chocks, just a matter of toggling the parking brake. So let's go ahead and do that now. I find that differential braking is the easiest way to go here. Also set our barometric pressure. You can also cage the ADI. That was a terrible turn, wasn't it? The gun sight, you can turn on and off from over here. And I believe there's 3 different variants. It's that one. That one. I like that one the best, honestly. And of course, between now and my practice flight, the wind changed direction. If I'm looking at that wind sock correct. Darn it. We're literally talking about 20 minutes. Oh, maybe not. Never mind. We're okay. Ooh, turn, baby. Alright, and then for takeoff, like I said, not quite as complex as some of the others, but still, you want to pay attention. Slowly advance the throttle. Let her sort of get stable. Watching that, yep. There we go. Tail wheels up. I'm advancing to full. Airspeed 110. Rotating. Whoa, baby. There we go. And the gear's coming up. And that's what I mean. That's your gear crank right there going crazy. And that's why you want to set that to automatic. And we are airborne, folks. It's absolutely stunning. Let's go ahead and close those cowl flaps. If I can find my mouse. For $19.99, you guys, this thing is right on par, in my opinion. Alright, so let's do this. Let's first show you guys some smoke. Oh. There we go. Smoke is actually done really well. last plenty long enough to return to the other end if you're looking to do that. Doesn't dissipate too fast. You might actually be able to write something in the sky if you got creative enough with it. There you go. Well, we got some open desert here. Again, there is no munition, there's no destruction, right? Everything is simulated. It's just really just for show, but still, I don't want to encourage anything like that. So now that we're over open desert here for a second, there's the guns. Again, no destruction, no impact. But you could probably have some fun with this in the Corsair and duke it out, do some like that's what I said, the best way to describe it would be like laser tag. They did a great job of the flame coming off the guns. Okay, and now I'm going to show you guys what happens when you release a drop tank. So these are the external fuel tanks. Oh, I turned it off. My bad. That's a fuel tank that just wound up in somebody's pool, and there's the other one. But you see they fall completely independent of the aircraft. Okay, they landed in the mountainside. Okay, good. Wasn't trying to put one in someone's backyard there. Okay. So next thing we'll take a look at, let's fly back over that empty desert place, and I'll show you guys the bomb run. So again, with the bombs, using this handle here, you have right bomb, left bomb, both bombs, your release switch. The release switch can be hotkeyed. So I'm going to get some altitude here and more or less do a dive bomb. Because again, even in simulation, it does create an explosion, quote unquote, graphic. And I don't want to be doing that over residential area, things like that. Even in simulation. This is, like I said, Miramar here, so let's look here. Where are we? Bombs away. Keep watching. I hope we didn't miss it. Sure looking like we missed it. Ah, dang it. Why didn't you guys see that? Alright. Yeah, I think we missed it. Okay, so we'd have to land in order to show you guys that again. Yeah, you can't rearm in the air, which go figure, right? So let's come around. We'll do a quick touch and go, put it on the runway, throw some new armament on it. So you guys can still see that. We'll come back over just over this dirt patch. We'll get low and I'll do a strafing run. I was trying to do a dive bomb because I don't, like I said, I don't want them carrying over into anywhere that's, again, maybe I'm being silly about it, but it's just one of those things, right? Microsoft Flight Simulator isn't the place to just drop ordnance, in my opinion, so. But I want you guys to still see it. So let's pull her back. There's 150 knots. We can pull the flaps down. You guys see that little red tag coming up on the wing there? That is the only indication that you have that your flaps are down. Let's keep that in mind. Gear coming down. Look at it going crazy. Could you imagine doing that manually? Gosh, that'd be brutal. Let's get those cow flaps open. A lot of low, but that's all right. Gotta hold that nose up for a bit longer, or we're gonna be in. There we go. That's better. Crosswind. Left side first. Left side first. Ooh, little bounce. Easy, 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 easy. All right, how much runway do we have left? Ooh! 90. Okay. So let's see here. What do we got? Are they back? Yep. All right. Here we go. Oh, wait. Let's get those flaps up. All right, let's rock and roll. Whoa, she picked right up. All right, let's make sure our camera view is right. Oh, I still gotta show you guys the gun camera too. Pulling it way back. Let's get that gear up, by the way. Let's go back to our little dirt patch. Bombs away. Almost on the freeway. Boom, boom. There you go. All right. Wanted to make sure you guys got to see that. All right. So now let's check out the gun camera real quick before we call it a day here. I don't think we're going to make it out to the carrier. I just realized we're already coming up on a half an hour here. So let's see here. Which one is it? I think it is. Yep, there it is. Now, this part gets a little weird. Normally you should load this for the first time on the ground, because once you come back to this camera, you won't have to worry about that again. But check this out. That old nostalgic look. I want to find it again. All right, we've got rebels hiding in the trees here. German World War II guys, whatever you want to do it. Just that old vignette look to it, right? You guys can sort of see the tape reel. Remember the old tape reel from the old World War II footage and things like that? Just adds a nice little touch to it. It really does. It's kind of cool. And then if you pop off the guns, you guys can see the gun smoke coming off and the heat blur coming from the guns. Oh, I think we were out of guns. That was it. Anyway, and then you can just... Oh, by the way, I wanted to show you guys that, actually. So then if you go back into it again, by the way, and this is why we should have loaded it on the ground. It's instant, right? And you can look around. So I'm using track IR to peek around. So actually that probably would have been really helpful for that first little bomb run thing we did. But check it out. Anyway, let's get back into the seat. All right, let's land it one more time here, and then we'll call it a day for the F4F Wildcat. Again, this is an early release version. It's an early access. Upon release, $19.99. If you want all the armament, if you want the guns, you want the bombs, make sure that you guys remember you must purchase it directly from GotFriends. Do not purchase it from the marketplace, or you won't get that functionality. If you don't care about that, then marketplace is totally up for grabs. Oh wow, I forgot to put the cowl flaps back down again. Well, good thing we need them again. It was only a short hop. I wasn't that worried about it there. Come on, baby. Oh, you know what I did forget to do? Was the landing lights. I'll show you guys the landing lights when we get down. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'll wait till we get down. Stupid camera views. What is that? Oh, I thought that was an airplane. I was like, oh. Easy. All right. Easy brakes. Easy brakes. And if we take it outside real quick. There's the landing light right there. It actually folds down from the wing. So pretty slick. They really did a fantastic job with this aircraft, guys. Ton of fun, ton of things to do. You could absolutely have a good time with some friends, especially in multiplayer. Still, like I said, doing like a laser tag or something like that, you could have a good time. But and I like that you have limited ordnance, so that makes it kind of cool too. You know, fight until you're out, and then come back and land in formation or something. I think that'd be a lot of fun. As always, guys, let me know what your thoughts are down below. Stay safe and healthy, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care, guys.